Hello, Namibia, and welcome to your daily lunchtime show where we get to catch up on current events and headlines that are in the news, as you already know. I am Priska Nyolo, your host for today, and thank you so much for joining us here at NMH at 1. So to all our viewers, do stay tuned for a selection of news from Keetmanshoop, Ongwevida, and Swakopmund. Today, one lucky person can again win a holiday discount voucher worth 1,000 Namibian dollars. To participate, simply answer the question on your screen. Yesterday's answer was the Velvicha, and our winner was Josephine Musongo. Congratulations so much, Josephine Musongo, and well done. Vouchers can be redeemed at the Namibia Tourism Expo, which takes place from the 4th to the 7th of November 2020. Now moving on to our COVID news. As Namibia approaches a total of 9,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19, almost 4,000 people have already recovered. The recovery rate stands at 44.6%. Your COVID-19 map for today shows the number of recoveries per region in green and the number of health workers that has tested positive by Saturday indicated in white. Of the 371 cases reported amongst health workers, Commerce region has been hit the hardest, with 247 positive tests. In Erongo, 53 health workers have contracted the coronavirus, 16 in Hardap and 10 each in Kavango East and Oshodunjupa. The regions with the highest rates are Erongo, which is 79%, which is 2,851 recoveries, Omaheke 74%, and Oshana 73%. Walvis Bay, for the first time since the 23rd of June, did not record any new cases for Monday. Recovery rates are also more than 50% in the Karas and Hardap regions. Let us go for a quick ad break and I'll be right back with our video inserts for today. And from Swakopmund, we share some construction news. Out of Kaure reports that building works at the Mondesa Heights project is nearing completion. The servicing of land for more plots in this area is also underway. Elsewhere in town, in the reconstruction and the renovation of the building that used to house several medical practitioners, as well as the Dolphin Pharmacy, is complete and ready to be occupied. The building burnt down in 2017. Do take a look. And now we move on to our second video. People can still register to vote until Tuesday. In Keetmanshoop, the Landless People's Movement album is encouraging residents to make their voices count, especially the youth. Elizabeth Joseph interviewed Gariel Jacobs.
Currently, we as LPM local authority elections members are busy sensitizing the people about the upcoming elections. Now the registrations start today, the 7th of September up to the 15th. Now what we are currently doing is that we are sensitizing the people to look, have a view on the cards. If the card is stated not applicable for local authority elections, then they have to go back and to go and register for the upcoming local and regional elections, because it's a very important elections come November 25 November.
All right.
Yeah.
Is there another special message that you'd like to send to your fellow citizens here in Keetmanshoop especially?
Okay. What I want to say is that it is only it will be a good thing for those who turn 18, to go and register, because the future belongs to them. So they have to go and register, all of them, so that they're not left behind, so that they have a say in the day-to-day issues of every day.
And now for our third video. Fire represents a real danger in both residential and rural communities. In Ongwevida, the town council has already been called out for failed fires 139 times this year alone. Namibian Sons Tuyemo Haidula spoke to Jackson Muma, who is the public relation officer at the Ongwevida Town Council.
We are here at Sky number 2, where we recently extinguished fire, just a failed fire, and it was, nobody knows who or where this fire started. What we want as a council, would want to discourage members of the public, our residents of Ongwevida, to desist from burning, just like that, from burning gas or waste, because it can cause extensive damage to structures. Like you can see here, this fire was approaching structures there, and you can imagine if it could reach there, the damage and destruction could be that much. This year, we recorded 139 fire incidences that we responded to through our fire brigade, and as of September this month, we responded to 8. That is on average of 1 fire incident per day, and it's not good, because at a point we are using resources, and at a point you might find that this fire could cause more extensive damage. So now we would want to really encourage our residents to ensure that they contain anything that can ignite fire. When they are cleaning, they should clean and only use certain methods to dispose those waste. By calling our office, we have contractors that are responsible for waste collection, whether it's garden or domestic. Another thing is that we also want to encourage them to always call our number, which is 0811 444 151. That number is our fire brigade number that you can call, so that you can be attended to immediately, instead of calling elsewhere while the fire is ongoing. Therefore, it's always very good, very important to know that number and call it so that you can timelessly respond to that particular fire incident. We also want to encourage our residents to have at least a container of fire extinguisher, so that at least when the fire breaks, you know that you can do something. So with basic skills, our fire brigade is ready to assist training our residents on appointment, obviously, at no cost. We are ready to assist our community to prevent and also to react or when the fire breaks, so that you know what to do or when anything happens. The other thing is also that our fire trucks are also ready to respond to any type of fire, but we also want to encourage that our residents should make sure that we don't have just unnecessary fire like that, burning grass, burning waste, or anything.
And that is a wrap up of our video inserts for today. But please do stay tuned. We're just going for a quick ad break, and I'll be right back and look into our newspaper articles for today. Leading the print media in Namibia today, the main story of Namibian Sun tackles a shortage of psychological drugs in the central north of the country and reports on relaxed rules for visits by foreign tourists. Republican asked the question whether the current state of emergency should and will be extended come the 17th of September. The official opposition has drawn a line in the sand, but according to Justice Minister Yvonne Dauseb, existing legislation will allow continued strict protection measures against COVID-19 even without a state of emergency. The German daily Allgemeine Zeitung also zooms in on foreign tourism, which experienced cancellations valued at almost 116 million Namibian dollars since plans to reopen Namibia's borders were announced. The Namibian reports on fraud valued at close to 14 million Namibian dollars as subsidiary of August 26, the Namibia Defense Forces commercial arm. New Era leads with a strained relationship between Fishcore and Seaflower Pelagic Processing following the fish rot scandal. That is only a tidbit of our news. I'll be right back with more looking into the inside pages of today's newspapers. Let's go for a quick ad break. Frida, go away! You're making a noise. And now we look at the inside pages of today. Animal activists, the Namibian Sun reports, are up in arms over a plan to export thousands of heads of livestock on the hoof to Kuwait. Reports in detail about the spreading of COVID-19 in the Windhoek Central Prison and other correctional facilities in the country. According to Allgemeine Zeitung, the Electoral Commission of Namibia maintains that it is satisfied with the first 2 days of the national supplementary registration of voters. The Namibian tells the touching story of a school Mariental who is selling pot plants to earn money for a family funeral. In New Era, the leader of the official opposition, McHenry Venani of the Popular Democratic Movement, warns voters against so-called new political messiahs who will only walk back to Swapo when they get a chance. That is it for today. NMH at 1 wishes you a safe and joyful Wednesday ahead. Do stay tuned for a snapshot of the weather, and I've been your host, Priska Anyolo. Goodbye.